Hey guys, welcome back to 10 Watch List. The horror genre is always changing and evolving, and 2023 is shaping up to be a great year for horror movies. From the return of iconic franchises to new and exciting stories, there's something for everyone to look forward to. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 most anticipated horror movies of 2023. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get started. Number 1, The Nun 2. Set in 1950s France, The Nun 2 promises to bring back the terrifying Valak for more demonic chaos. The first movie was set in 1952, and assuming they keep to the real-life gap between the movies, we could be in 1957, or slightly earlier, since the sequel was set to film earlier before the pandemic delayed matters. There wasn't really much to link the sequel to the first movie, so expect it to be a largely self-contained story with some connection to Conjuring canon, much like the first movie was. All we do know for sure is that Valak will be out to cause more demonic chaos for some unfortunate souls. Number 2, Cocaine Bear. This unique horror film follows an oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens as they converge in a Georgia forest where a 500-pound black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. The concept of a drug-crazed bear wreaking havoc on a group of unsuspecting individuals is sure to bring a fresh and thrilling twist to the horror genre. Directed by Elizabeth Banks and starring Ray Liotta, Kerry Russell, and Margot Martindale, this film is sure to be a wild ride. Number 3, Knock the Cabin. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan and starring Dave Bach, Jonathan Groff, and Ben Aldridge, Knock at the Cabin promises to be a nail-biting thriller. The film follows a girl and her parents as they are taken hostage by armed strangers while vacationing in a remote cabin. The strangers demand that the family make a choice that will avert the apocalypse, leaving the family in a race against time to save themselves and the world. With Shyamalan's reputation for crafting suspenseful and thought-provoking stories, this film is sure to be a must-see.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Number 4, Renfield. This horror comedy film tells the story of Aram Renfield, Nicholas Hoult, a henchman and familiar to Count Dracula, Nicolas Cage, who decides to leave his centuries-long line of work and finds a new lease on life in modern-day New Orleans. When he falls in love with a feisty but perennially aggressive traffic cop named Rebecca Quincy, Aquafina, he must navigate the challenges of starting a new life while also dealing with his past as a servant of the infamous vampire. Directed by Chris McKay and starring Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, and Ben Schwartz, Renfield is sure to be a unique and entertaining horror film. Number 5, Haunted Mansion. Directed by Justin Simien and starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Jared Leto, and Winona Ryder, Haunted Mansion tells the story of a single mom named Gabby who hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest, and a historian to help exorcise their newly bought mansion. After discovering it is inhabited by ghosts, they must work together to overcome the spirits and save themselves. With a talented cast and an intriguing premise, Haunted Mansion is sure to be a spooky and thrilling film. Number 6, Saw 10. The Saw franchise is back with its 10th installment, which continues the story of Spiral. From the Book of Saw, the 9th movie in the series featured more elaborate death traps, this time targeting police officers. However, not many tears were shed as they were dirty cops. The question was, who was the killer? It could not be the infamous Jigsaw Killer, as he died in the 3rd movie, even though he appeared in many more films and flashback scenes. We saw another case of a copycat killer. In Saw 10, we hope to see more information about the next step in the series and a trailer after the new year. Directed by Kevin Gruder and starring Michael Beach, Tobin Bell, and Stephen Brand, Saw 10 is sure to be a thrilling and gory addition to the Saw franchise.
I am so sorry.
Number 7, Beau Is Afraid. Written and directed by Ari Aster, Beau Is Afraid tells the story of a paranoid man, Joaquin Phoenix, who embarks on an epic odyssey to get home to his mother. The film promises to be a bold and ingeniously depraved new film that will keep audiences on the edge of their seats. With a talented cast including Parker Posey and Amy Ryan, Beau Is Afraid is sure to be a horror film that will be talked about for years to come.
You got a problem here, guy?
Number 8, Scream 6. The iconic Scream franchise returns with its 6th installment, which follows the latest Ghostface killings. The 4 survivors leave Woodsboro behind and start a fresh chapter. In Scream VI, Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Jenna Ortega, Hayden Panettiere, and Courtney Cox return to their roles in the franchise alongside Jack Champion, Henry Cherney, Lyanna Liberato, Dermot Mulroney, Devin Nakota, Tony Revolori, Josh Segarra, and Samara Weaving, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, Scream VI promises to be a thrilling and exciting addition to the franchise. Fans can expect to see new twists and turns as well as the return of some familiar faces.
Open up now.
You don't look so good, Mom.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
Number 9, Evil Dead Rise. The Evil Dead franchise is back with a new installment that moves the action out of the woods and into the city. Evil Dead Rise tells the twisted tale of two estranged sisters, played by Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan, whose reunion is cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. Directed by Lee Cronin and starring Morgan Davies, Evil Dead Rise is sure to be a terrifying and thrilling addition to the franchise. Number 10. The Exorcist. The 1973 film about a 12-year-old girl who is possessed by a mysterious demonic entity, forcing her mother to seek the help of two priests to save her, is getting a sequel. The Exorcist is directed by David Gordon Green and stars Leslie Odom Jr., Ann Dowd, and Ellen Burstyn. The sequel promises to be a chilling and intense continuation of the story that left audiences terrified decades ago. In conclusion, 2023 is shaping up to be a great year for horror movies with a diverse range of films that are sure to thrill and terrify audiences. From the return of iconic franchises like Saw and Evil Dead to new and exciting stories like Cocaine Bear and Knock at the Cabin, there's something for everyone to look forward to. So mark your calendars and get ready for a year of scares and thrills.